Welcome to the Scars podcast. Shooting scars. That was annoying. I don't know even why I did that, but all right. Last week I talked about time. I kind of may have misspoke a little. Not necessarily misspoke, but I feel like some of the things I said may be misunderstood or could be misunderstood, and I just want to clarify. I didn't mean to not do things that are difficult when I said don't do things that you don't want to do. What I really mean by that is don't do things that do not improve your life or improve others' lives. You know, don't waste your time doing nonsense that'll get you nowhere. And what you consider to be nonsense and what the person yelling at you considers to be nonsense are going to be two different things. If you have a dream, absolutely chase that motherfucker, but make sure your P's and Q's are taken care of. You know, dot your I's and cross your T's. Yeah, I just wanted to clear some of that up because, like I said, I felt like it could have been misunderstood or just taken the wrong way in general. Don't not do things simply because you're too lazy to do them. Choose to not do things that are bad for you. You know, bad for your mental health, bad for your overall quality of living. And if that just so happens to be a shitty job that barely pays you or, you know, any of the above, maybe it pays you good, but it ruins your mental health. What's more important? You know, you really, really got to prioritize yourself and your family, your overall well-being before your monetary well-being. I know it's hard to even think of it like that because monetary well-being is, I don't want to say directly linked, but closely related to your physical and mental well-being as well. But if you work on your mental well-being and you get yourself in a good mental space, I feel like the rest of your life will just fall into place for you. You know, it's like getting life's cheat code, just figuring yourself out, and everything else will follow. Yeah, and that brings me to today's topic, I guess. I'm going to talk about dedication and discipline. Discipline's a weird, like a weird feeling, I guess. It's a strange concept. It's hard to keep a hold of, like motivation. A lot of people look to YouTube videos or Instagram, Facebook or Twitter for inspiration, but all you need is a mirror and a little bit of reflection, self-reflection, not literal reflection. I know it sounded like that because of the mirror, but getting sidetracked. All you need is a little bit of self-reflection and time alone to think about what you're doing. Obviously, it works different for everybody. Obviously, some people it won't work at all. For me, what's worked is sitting by myself, either here at work or at the house, just kind of up in my own space. Just not long. You don't have to go, you know, just by yourself for hours if you're not comfortable doing that. But a little bit about me, I grew up a middle child. I don't know if anybody else knows what that feels like, but when you have the oldest who's spoiled because it was there first, and the youngest who's spoiled because they're the baby, at least for me, I kind of just tended to, just do my own thing, kind of separated myself from the pack. A lot of times as a kid, I was just up by myself in my room, So I have a desire, I guess, to be alone for a good portion of most days. But a lot of people can't handle that. I'm not saying I don't need people. I'm not saying I don't love people. I love everybody. What I do need is some time to just me, so I can think about conversations I've had and reflect on whether or not I said and did the right things. So I can think about situations I was in, so I can think about choices I've made. Because the more you analyze your own choices, statements, and questions, and actions, and the more you try to break it down through your own moral sensibility, I feel like the more of a grasp on yourself you will have. You'll have a better understanding of actually who you are and also of who you want to be. In my early 20s, I'm 26 now. In my early 20s, probably 20 through 23, maybe 19 to 22-ish, I don't know. Every single day, from the moment I woke up till the moment I went to bed, was like the worst anxiety I've ever experienced. And it's not like regular, just feeling off anxiety. What this anxiety was like every moment of every day I thought about the fact that like people I love, all of the people I love are gonna be gone. It might have started from when I was 15. A girl I was dating for a little while passed away in her sleep, and I was never given any sort of information on what happened or anything like that. Yeah, literally what I just told you, the fact that she passed away in her sleep, you know as much information as I do now. Yeah, so that fucked me up for a few years. I remember maybe subconsciously kind of being afraid of sleep a little. It sounds kind of weird, but like, I don't know, it was hard for me to go to sleep most nights, just for the simple fact that like, in the back of my mind, like I could just not wake up. I mean, it could have been anything. I've talked about it with, colleagues and friends and doctor associates that I have. And, I talked about some of the behaviors and stuff beforehand. They've told me some things that it could have been. None of them make me happy. She was under 18, so it's real. There's no way to look up, cause of death or anything. I don't think there's any sort of like coroner report. Yeah, the whole situation's fucked. I know it's depressing. That's my bad. I was just giving you some background as to like where I believe the anxiety stemmed from. That, and I had kind of a little bit of a rough upbringing. I mean, I wasn't like abused on a daily basis, but there's a lot of verbal abuse, and sometimes he beat the shit out of us and whatnot, but that's not even the point. The point is, through self-discipline, reflection, and forcing myself to do the work on myself, I pulled myself out of that. The anxiety that I was feeling from the moment I woke up till the moment I went to bed, like when I would have a conversation with somebody, in my head while they were talking. I couldn't hear what they were saying. All I could think was, how is this person not just thinking about the fact that I'm gonna be gone someday? Like, how does anybody walk around and just deal with life knowing that not only is it all going to be over, but you may have to watch every single domino fall before yours finally does? That type of shit was what I dealt with every single day. It's what I thought about from the moment I woke up till the moment I went to bed. Didn't matter what I was doing, who I was talking to. My head was fucked for a long time. After, I don't know, 2 or 3 years straight of that, I forced myself to really, really, really start spending time with just my thoughts. And as I did that over a year, 2-year period, it slowly got better. And now I'm to the point where if I do have anxiety, it's 10, 15 minutes, and I bring myself back to a place where I know I'm comfortable. I can breathe my way through it. I can think my way through it. I can talk to myself in my head about what I know is happening and why I think it could be that way. That's what's always helped me, and it was discipline that got me there. You know, I could have given up and just fucking curled up in a corner, you know, but after my son was born, that wasn't an option. And really, after I got married, that wasn't an option. You know, when it's more than just me depending on me, there's a little more pressure to make sure you're doing what you feel like is the right thing. And that all stems from discipline. But there are aspects in my life that I feel I really, really need to work on discipline. I hit the heavy bag once a fucking month now. You know, that was something I used to do 5 to 7 days a week. I could blame it on work and say I'm tired. But there's no excuse. What I think I'm going to try, what I'm going to do starting probably next week is I'm going to get up 2 or 3 hours before I need to start getting ready for work and work out. David Goggins is one of my inspirations. He has said multiple times in various different ways that if you get up and the first thing you do is something you don't want to do, you already have a win for the day. And it's a big win because who the fuck in their right mind rolls out of bed, puts their shoes on, goes for a run, comes home, hits the heavy bag, goes to the little gym, does some lifting, and then takes a shower before work? Who the fuck does that? Me, starting Monday. Well, not this Monday because Labor Day, but I'm still gonna wake up early and work out before I get the day started. Yeah, shit like that. Discipline. Force yourself to do shit that you don't want to do. It sounds counterintuitive to the last episode, but if you're doing things to build yourself, it's not unnecessary bullshit. Even if all you're building is confidence or a stronger mind or a stronger body, it's worth your time. Things that aren't worth your time are shitty jobs that ruin your mental health. Sometimes you have to go to fucking work. Sometimes for a year or two you have to deal with a place you don't want to deal with. But always be looking for a better way. You can always do better. And it takes fucking discipline. I swear the next couple episodes are going to be funny. I'm not going to be serious every single time. It's not going to be like this the whole fucking podcast. Well, for this one, yeah. But every single podcast won't be like this, I promise. I'm going to switch it up. I might even do 2 episodes this week. Later on today, I might get my homie Mike on here for a reunion podcast from CED News back in the day. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, just check out everything I got going on. There's Titans on SoundCloud and YouTube. There's Nightmare on SoundCloud and YouTube. Demon Serenade, Godfather. Check all them motherfuckers out. Thanks for watching, and tune in later. We got more shit coming.